be careful because we might be live right now. Is he sleeping? Hello?
He's dead. This was his last.
This was his last podcast.
His last Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Oh my God! Turn him down a little bit, please.
Problem is, you haven't heard me yell enough. All right, here we go. What are we doing? We're here. Rafael's here. Everybody's here. It's Father's Day. And I hope anybody here been tested yet or what?
I've been tested.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a test for the virus, not for your mental illness.
I've been tested. I came back clean.
Yeah.
I did. I got tested
You
about
ain't
a
been
week
clean
ago.
since you've been a baby. What about you? You been tested?
No.
Who knows what you're catching on that golf course out there?
Nope.
Are you staying 6 feet apart from the other players?
We're 2.5.
Yeah.
He stays a hole apart. It's like a mile.
Cart. Yeah. I stay
A whole
mile.
golf cart.
You down in South Florida,
Nope.
where all the cases are mostly at? What are you doing? Nothing. I guarantee it. He's doing nothing. He's doing what he normally does, whether there's a virus or not, baby.
Yep.
All
Straight
right.
to work, straight
Yeah.
back home.
Straight to walk his
got,
dog and back to bed.
We Uber our groceries and
Ubers.
everything. Everything.
Wish I could Uber you somewhere. How many bathrooms you got done out of 258?
105, all rough.
Yeah, rough. Everything with you is always rough. We're looking for smooth finish.
I got 105 out of 130 for
You're lucky
you.
that Israeli plumber saved your butt.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
He did the
Fighting with a
opposite.
guy. The guy's in there doing 258 bathrooms, banging him out.
This is the job of
And
his career.
this
You
guy
know
wants
the
to
problem.
fight with him.
You know the
He
problem
was
with a lot
fighting
of
with the
people.
inspector.
You
The
can't
problem
fight
with a
with
lot of
Israelis.
people is
You can't fight with Jews. You can't. He's Russian. Is he Russian?
No, he's Israeli.
Israeli. That's
Okay.
right.
But he
You
was
guys-
fighting with the inspector recently. You know that? Fighting with the inspector.
That's right. Because we're Israelis. We
That's
fight.
what he needs to do. He's not
We
even the
have to fight
GC, and he's
because
fighting.
they're surrounded by Arabs trying to kill him. All right,
You
move
guys
on.
make
No
it worse
politics.
when you talk about him. He don't
People
even.
hate talking politics. Let's not even talk politics. It's like a circus act.
But
Yeah,
the
not
problem
right
is,
now.
the problem is, whenever we work with somebody new, it's usually their biggest deal. They act like it's not. They act like, oh, I did
Because
this.
you always
I've done
deal with
that.
small-time
How
people.
come it's never as smooth?
What?
You can
Cut
tell
it?
when somebody's doing the job and they've done it
What?
before.
Take the mask off? It better be safe. You guys better not give me that.
That what?
Kid, give me that.
All right, but seriously, a guy tells me, I don't want to wear a mask. I look stupid. Dummy, you look stupid without it if you're in public.
Right.
Put it this way. How hard is it to put the mask on? All right, you got a mask. All right? Now, if you don't wear it, what can happen? In my case, muerto. That means death in Spanish. My wife tells me that word all the time. Muerto, muerto, muerto. I think my name is Muerto now. Ben Muerto.
Muerto Proximo.
Anyway, so, I
Good
mean,
Spanish,
wear a mask if you go out in public, and the thing will go away, because all the other problems that are going on in the world right now cannot be solved effectively until we get rid of the virus. That's the biggest. Oh, am I allowed to even say the damn word on YouTube or
I
what?
already did it. It was 1 minute. You couldn't even make it 1 minute
What do we
without
gotta
saying
do?
the 3 words they said.
Don't say the other word.
Don't say the B word, the P
Virus is
word, the
fine.
C word, or the L
I
word.
need a list of what you can and not say these days.
Wow, that
We need to
list is
come up with
growing as we
need a new
speak.
special dictionary, incorrect words to use, unpolitically correct words to use. Somebody make a list, okay? 'Cause
It's all
I'm
the
tired
words
of
you
it.
tell Aaron not to use.
And then we'll incorporate it into the school system, and we'll all learn what to not say.
Non-PC words.
Anyway,
It'll
I
be a
don't
new
know.
vocabulary list.
Where are we at? Wear a mask when you go out in public. Play it safe. Why not? You know, you look smart, not stupid. Everybody looks like a doctor. Looks like everybody in society has now become nurses and doctors.
It looks like everybody in society's
You
sick.
know,
That's
or
true.
trying to get sick.
Well, you know, in China they wear
let it
masks
go,
all
bye,
the year.
bye.
Before this started, they were wearing masks out there.
I know. And
In
then
China,
you
they-
say, okay, if you see somebody walking around every day, you say, oh, unless they got special health problems, but if they're just wearing it to keep themselves, because you know, I heard, I don't know nothing, that the germs, sometimes in some cases, you have to have some germs to build immunity against the germs. So germs are everywhere, I heard.
Yeah, I mean,
And you know,
that's why we get vaccines. That's why we
so
get
you
things
can't
like
wear
that.
a mask because you might be, I don't know, hurting yourself all the time. But right now you need to wear a mask. You don't want to catch the virus. Okay.
Yeah.
What else are we going to move on to? We're here for real estate. We're here to help people. All right. We know all this crap going on. Let's see. At least we can help somebody this week. Something positive was done in my week. Okay. What do we got? We got.
Don't say the Three Stooges because I'm waiting on you. I can hear you say it right now.
I was going to say the 3 Billy Goats.
The 3 Billy Goats.
Yeah.
What is that from? What is that a reference to?
Well, look at Billy Goats do. They'll eat anything. Okay?
Only
They
one
don't
of us
care.
on this couch is overweight.
Oh, but they'll eat other ways too. Okay?
They eat
There's
up
more
bank
ways
accounts.
to eat than food.
They eat up bank accounts.
Okay? All right. Please don't even talk about his house.
I didn't mention it. Who said?
Or
Don't
my
talk about-
cars.
Or his what?
Or my kids.
You got no kids.
Or my
You got old cars.
motorcycles, or I ain't got none of that stuff.
You
so
can use our bikes
you can point your
anytime you
finger at
want.
me all day, but I
You can
have
use our
some.
bikes anytime I want.
He can ride my green one
He
anytime
does. He comes here, he rides anytime he
Good,
wants.
good,
I
good.
share everything I have, possession-wise, with
Most of
everybody.
it.
Select people.
With everyone.
Select people.
Well, family. I never tell you
I know,
can't.
I know,
I
I know.
taught. I was teaching Erin how to ride illegally. Oop, I got in trouble with that. No, it was on private property. I had to ride the trike. You know. Yesterday we went out. We took his boat out. Yay! Finally. Yeah. I'm so sick of him saying, "Why can we take the boat out? Why can we take the boat out? Why can we take the boat out?"
But
Then
you
we go to
didn't-
the boat to take it out, and it don't start.
Where did he take you?
I could have called that one.
is that
Thank
where
God
you
the
went?
lift
Wait a
worked.
minute. You know where we went?
Here, take this.
Seminole Lake.
Don't yell at me. Seminole Lake is a nice lake.
He wanted to go out there.
You know, the water wasn't rough because you're not an expert driver yet. There's not too many people around. I didn't know they were out there dredging. It's a great private, almost place to go and fool around and test the vehicles out. And my back is killing me from that damn Jeep, which I might say beats you in every single race.
Did it?
Wait,
My car
My
can beat your
boat.
boat.
No.
my boat.
And don't use the excuse you had too much weight aboard like Little Ben.
We had
That's why you lost. If you didn't have Little Ben, you probably would have beat me.
about
Sorry. It's all
Seven-
relativity.
we had about 700 and something pounds extra.
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 Give me this mic back. Get your own
All
mic. Let me
right,
tell
so,
you something.
Rafal,
Okay.
we got any callers calling in that may have an issue
Look.
with real estate? Because otherwise, you probably don't want the opinions of any of us. So,
No, definitely not.
anyway, you
'Cause
know,
they differ
only for
so
real
much.
estate.
So that's the only thing we study.
We agree on the only thing we agree on is real estate.
And if you say anything today, somebody's going to twist it into something else that you didn't say.
Exactly.
So you can't say nothing. So everybody put the mask on and shut the hell up. How about that? That's a great thing to do right now.
There's a good song about
Everybody
that.
put the mask on, shut the hell up.
Oh, you got a
hey,
caller.
it's Ben. How are you today?
And he hung up because you were yelling at
I'm
him.
yelling at him. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. You guys yelling at the dingalings. Ding-a-ling.
Oh, he knows
Oh.
how to use syllables.
Oh, I forgot. That's the Chinese name. Ding-a-ling.
At least I'm the D.
Man, you know your mother made some pot stickers the other night. It was as good as the takeout Chinese restaurant.
caller.
Hello, hi, it's Ben. How are you today? Oh, still ringing, dinging.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
Oh, you're ling. Ding-a-ling. Hello, it's Ben. How are you
Hey,
today? Hey, how can we help you?
Hey Ben, so I'm calling from Southern California, and the real estate market, everything is just way too high. It's way overpriced. I'm trying to get into Section 8 housing, but you know the numbers just don't add up because it's so overpriced. When do you think that the real estate market's gonna drop and the prices are gonna get back to normal?
You know, Southern California's always been so expensive. I mean, in fact, I heard they're not even in Section 8 anymore. They went to Section 9 and 10 now because it's so damn expensive. You know, I can never make it go there. I can't make it go anywhere in California. But, I mean, you know, but then again, some people find deals where it's all relative, you know, because people do pay a lot more for rent there. Are you talking about houses or a rental, commercial?
I'm looking at multifamily, like duplexes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm going to just tell you my thing. For 30 years, I don't care if the market's up. I don't care if the market's down. I'm always looking. I'm never stop looking. So, because you never know. Sometimes there's nothing to do with the market. People pass away. God forbid something else happens. They got to sell. I mean, there's all kinds of situations. So it's always a good time to look. To buy, right now is a good time to bargain. If you find something you like, it's okay to make an offer, but just don't make the offer for more than you feel comfortable paying. You know, I mean, you got to make sure the numbers work and you feel good about it and the comps are there and you got a cash flow. You know, I mean, what's great about today is if you overpay a little for real estate, the low interest rate kind of helps with that, but you don't want to overpay. Play the game and make low offers. But, you know, the market's always going to be up or down. If you want to be in real estate, you can't worry about it. You just got to be in it and playing the game. Hello?
And Ben, do you always advise to go to interest-only loans?
I mean, if you can, and you're looking for cash flow, I always try, at least for some sort of period of time, don't hurt to ask, The guy I learned from always said, the squeaky wheel gets all the grease. So, you got to squeak and ask for stuff. But, I like it because, I'm looking for that cash flow out of that property. Anything else, sir?
All right. Well, yes, that's all. Thank
Have
you
a
so
great
much,
day.
Ben.
Have a great day. Take care.
Cash
Flow, baby.
You got a question from Corbin White. Hey, Ben, how come you don't build real estate?
Because I didn't get into real estate and never grew into that. That's a whole different animal being in construction.
You built one.
And what we built, Ben's trying to play with it, and he's learning, getting his licks.
We're
and learning.
trying. We're trying.
It's a learning process.
It's a learning curve. Let me tell you.
You can't do what nobody ever taught you.
Oh
Nobody
my
ever
God.
taught me.
Let me tell you, I've learned more from that building than any other project that I've done recently. That building, down to learning about foundation and learning about gutter systems and way soil works, and just it's more than you want to get into. Building is a developer. That person.
And how many
specializes.
professionals do you still have to hire
Oh my
to
gosh.
get it done from start to scratch?
I
From
got
scratch to
civil
build.
engineers. I got mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, plumbing engineers. I got architects.
And that's just the people that plan it. Then you got to get the contractor and all the people to do it.
Then you got to get a plumber and electrician
And the
everybody,
inspections.
and testing for the ground and soil and the city and county, and it's too much.
How'd
It's
you
a
finally
lot.
get your floor approved?
So the floor got approved because basically I signed a letter that says I take full responsibility.
Oh, which means I take. So now you got me on the hook.
Well, I signed your name, maybe. Or
All right, you got another caller or fall. By the way, the space is still vacant, 50%. You didn't rent the other side
I
out.
got 3 applications I'm
Oh,
working on.
I've been hearing
right
about
now.
applications for
I'm
months.
pouring a floor.
Applications ain't paying the bills, baby. Hello, it's Ben. How are you today? How can we help you?
Hey, Ben. My name's Clay. I'm calling from Worcester, Massachusetts, and I recently bought my first duplex, and the family who is living in there in both units is kind of going through some tough times outside of Corona. And I want to be a nice guy and help these people out, but I'm afraid that I'm going to kind of just bite myself in the butt. Have you ever had an experience with something like this?
Yeah,
Maybe weigh in on?
millions. What was that?
Something on his computer.
I've had an experience probably, I can't count, thousands of times probably.
He's got 2 people he needs to help. I'm
All
sorry.
right, so here's the story. I mean, basically, you got a duplex, and is this concerning one of the tenants or both?
It's only one of them. The upstairs unit, this guy's daughter is on Section 8, so I get a full voucher from them, but he is paying a larger share out of the 2 rents downstairs.
All right, so he doesn't have any assistance whatsoever. And is it because of the
Right.
virus right now?
Not necessarily. It's something that was kind of happening a little before. Like I said, they have been paying so far, but I'm kind of afraid that, they might stop. For,
Yeah, but you
for
can't do an
whatever reason.
eviction anyway right now. Anyway.
Well, let's just
Right,
talk about what we
exactly.
can. But I mean, what's it? The problem. The one thing about property management, good, strong property management, is that unfortunately, and then you really don't step in until you don't get your rent or your rent is really late. I mean, sometimes you know what I found out works sometimes? Until people owe you money, don't worry about it. When they owe you money, then jump right on it. Does he owe you money right now?
No, right now we're all paid up and good.
All right, so what are you worried about? You worried about July 1st?
Yeah, I guess I'm just kind of looking into the future a little bit.
don't worry,
What makes you worry? What's making you worry right now is the question.
Basically, since they ended up losing one of their family members, his job situation is kind of something that he's been doing on the side. And, I go and talk to these people regularly.
Oh, okay. So you're interacting with him. You know what's
work.
going on. Okay, that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
You gotta sometimes get in there and find out what the story is. But let me ask you this. I mean, the problem is this. All right, it's a personal business, but it's also still a business.
Right.
I always try to make sure that I've exhausted all the resources that I could think of before I have to try to push a tenant out, especially for financial reasons and why. I mean, did they apply? Are they getting unemployment? Did they get they got any kind of money coming in? Is there any assistance offices they can go look for assistance locally that are helping people pay their rent right now. You'd be surprised, all the agencies that are out there, nonprofits.
They all
that are
got
there.
funding right now. Everybody got, all the
they're all getting
nonprofits
funding.
got funding right now from the government.
think
As
it
all
might
that
be
trickles
almost-
down, they're all getting funding right now.
I don't know if it's an open checkbook, but I bet you there's a lot of money out there.
checkbooks.
You don't know until you look.
Right.
You know, I would definitely go in your area. You know, a lot of churches have programs for that. You know, there's local agencies. I mean, if you feel that they can't pay their rent, you know, you can start looking around if there's any local agencies that are available. You know who might even have a list of them? Is the people,
authority.
the housing authority, right? Call the local housing authority, go on their website, go to any, you know, and see what's any funding for grants for can't pay your rent. I see those signs a lot.
They're out
You know,
there. There's
but,
a lot
you know,
of them.
otherwise, I mean, you got bills to pay. You got a mortgage on it, don't you?
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, you know, I mean, without even telling them yet, you know, or you can tell them, listen, I came up with these numbers. You might want to try contacting them and see if they can offer you some help. I mean, we
that's a good
work
point.
with a lot of agencies, a lot out there. You'd be surprised, some of the biggest ones, Red Cross, call them all. If they don't have the money, they'll know where you can find the money, believe me, because then you get into their network. And that's what I used to do. I used to work the whole network and help people get their rent money and, you know, whatever I could. So we used to do it for electric. We used to do it for refrigerators, get free refrigerators. We did it all. It was a program out there.
every,
we worked
every
it.
program we try to take advantage
So,
of.
you know, go out there and look for a program in your area, okay?
Cool.
All right. Good
Appreciate it,
good
Ben.
luck to you.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye-bye.
I mean, and then typically, you know, we typically work with everybody that rents apartments from us. We try to work with everybody. Of course, rent's due on the 5th. It's late, and there's late fees assessed, and we don't want to assess
But
those.
if you went to the Hard Rock and you put it down on the tables, baby, I can't help you.
right. But we work with everybody. I mean, we do try to work with everybody, and that's the name of being a landlord. You
All
have
right.
to work
What
with
else
everybody.
you got, Rafal? You got somebody else? Bring them on. It's a tough situation, you know, but, you know, you got to do what makes sense, you know, and why. Look at every situation. Hello, it's Ben. How are
Yo,
you?
Ben, what's going on?
How are you? How are you?
Good. Happy Father's Day to you.
Same to you, hopefully. Thank you very much. Everybody's a father. Everybody that's ever helped a kid in their life is a father in some way, you know?
Yeah.
All right. What's
Hey.
up? Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have a daughter, 2-year-old.
Oh, happy Father's Day. All right. So how can we help you today?
So it seems like everybody wants to talk about the housing choice voucher program today, and I just wanted to continue on that. I have a property that I'm finishing wrapping up, but it's not on Section 8. But I am looking to gravitate towards Section 8. But I want to know about, like, from your experience, you know, your rental units, the world Section 8, did you include things like microwaves, fridges, basic things like screen doors, air conditioning? I just wanted to know what kind of approach you took. Did you just say, hey, this is the bare bones, this is what Section 8 says you have, this is what you get? Or did you go a little bit above and beyond?
It depends on the product, what you got, where you're at, what the demand is. I mean, is it competitive or not? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to spend money unless I have to or really need to, you know, but if I have to and need to, I'm going to spend it. It depends, you know, when it was hard for me to compete with other properties, when it was a market like that, I couldn't even, I've done so many things to try to get apartment rented and get my rent, you know, to beat out the next door neighbor. I'd give them TVs, I'd give them whatever, whatever was reasonable.
Yeah, we've
gotcha.
given away
know?
given away stuff, obviously.
I'd make Ben take them out to lunch, and let me tell you, that's going to be a big lunch.
You have to compete with the market you're in. I mean, you don't want to. Of course, if like in California growing up, we didn't have ACs. We didn't have to give ACs because the apartments in the area didn't have ACs. It was
San Francisco area.
It was typical for
Bay
those
Area, yeah.
apartments not to have ACs, so we didn't have to offer ACs.
But if you did, and you can get an extra $50 or $100 a month, I bet you do it.
Did you? Did you
No,
get extra?
we couldn't because the
Oh,
demand
okay.
wasn't there.
But in Florida, you can't rent to
Place without
Section
AC.
8, Section
Nobody.
8 tenant
Nobody.
housing without AC. So it all depends.
What is your situation?
Where you at again?
I mean, what's
I'm
your?
so I'm out in central Pennsylvania, so I mean, I
What are
can
your
pick up
neighbors
properties
doing
that
for the same rent? What are your competitors doing for the same rent?
I would say that a lot of them have window units.
They supply the
for
tenant?
AC. I don't know.
Well, you got to kind of just. I mean, the way I always played the housing choice voucher was, I'm telling you from a business standpoint, I'd ask for the max. I don't know if it still works that way. I haven't managed in a while. I find out what the maximum rent is. I ask for the max, and then I negotiate with the inspector of the housing authority on the rent that they're willing to give me. So, I always start from the top and work my way down. And then, if I felt like throwing something in would get me more rent, like sometimes we'd actually even play with the utilities. If it made sense, sometimes I used to pay all the utilities. If it was like a senior tenant and living in a 1-bedroom or something, or a 2-bedroom, I'd pay all the utilities because they would give me more money, or more rent, versus what it would cost me for a nice old lady to pay her utilities every month.
Right.
I can say old still, can't I? It's not discriminating, right?
I hope not.
Okay, nice lady, nice elder lady.
Was that water? Were those
I don't want
utilities
old people
lienable
doing
against
that
your
to me.
property at all? Like I know in Philadelphia, for example, if the water bill is lienable against you, so if a tenant leaves and they don't pay the water bill, well, screw you. You still have to pay it.
Ultimately, the landlord ends up being stuck with everything, and responsible for everything.
Okay, so you can
well,
put things
water
on
bill-
people's
yeah, I
credit.
don't
You can
know.
put things like that. You can file judgments, but good luck collecting on.
Talk about the water company putting a lien on the property.
the water company.
Yeah, because the
gotta
tenant
front the
didn't pay.
bill.
Yeah,
because
no.
the tenant pays their own
Oh,
water.
yeah, no.
Most of our properties, the tenants, we get lucky once in a while and get a
Well,
tenant paying water.
I don't
we
know how that
sub-meter
works.
I don't know, but what's the best for you to do is the question. I mean, if you put a microwave in there, built-in microwave, that's a big thing. I mean, not many apartments offer that unless you get into a nice level. I mean, you got to decide what your competitors are doing and know what you should maybe shop for somebody else, or I would just ask for the most, and then see if you're getting a lot of people wanting to rent it and houses willing to pay the most price, then don't worry about it.
I mean, but typically, to answer your question, it's really the same as a normal conventional tenant that you would move in. There's not much extra that you could do that the housing inspector's looking for.
Well, that's minimum.
There's
He's talking
there's
about
not,
maximum.
There's not much different. Oh, if you're looking for maximum, like he said, but it's still not
Well,
much
a
different.
microwave is not going to get you
A
any more money.
dishwasher
Well, see,
sometimes
okay.
depends on where you are. I mean, there's little things, but
All right, here. So let me say. So we have a property in St. Petersburg. Okay, the voucher for that area goes up to probably $1,300 for a 2 or a 3 bedroom. So that's because
We don't get
rents-
that.
We don't get that.
You know
No,
why? Because
no.
we're tax credit.
Because we're tax credit. But what I'm trying to say is,
When a regular landlord can
a
get it.
regular landlord can go out and get $1,300 or $1,400 on a 3 or 4 bedroom voucher. Now you have to provide references to the housing authority to prove the rent that you're getting. So you have to show comps. Now. So you have to go
They
to
got
the
a book
housing.
of comps. You don't need to show it to them.
Right. Well, they usually do, but they ask you on every voucher. They ask you for 3 or 4 of the last comps. So
All right, well, do the best you can. Get it for rent. Ask for the most you can. Get a tenant in there, and get that check every month guaranteed, regardless of the personal situation.
One more question, Ben. I'm sorry. Old houses with knob and tubing. What did you guys do back then? Did you replace the
you got to rip it out
electrical,
and
or-
go again. You got to rip that knob and tubing out. You can't
That's
have
our
knob and
opinion.
tubing. That's what I would say. I mean, you can leave it, but I don't know anybody that's going to insurance
Problem with
companies,
insurance, fire,
insurance
I don't know.
companies and stuff like that. That's
You
the
better
problem.
talk to an electrician for that.
And your insurance company.
All right, well, good luck to you. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, I'm just saying, but you got to compare out your rents for Section 8. That's what they do. They want
Ask for the most. and
ask for the
bargain your
most,
way
but
down.
you're going to
Because
get
the tenant is only
fair
paying,
market value.
the tenant, no matter what the
Pays
rent is,
30%.
is paying
They
30% minus adjustments for
Right.
the rent. So they're only paying a portion of it.
30% of their income.
And if the government wants to give you help, take it.
Typically, they pay 30% of their income.
Hello? Hello, it's Ben. How are you today?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Fine. How can we help you?
Mr. Ben, I was just watching your show. I was going to ask you a question to see what do you think about the hotel market buy-sell activity for 2020. I got a bunch of hotels for sale on my listings, but I'm not moving any for the last 3-4 months. What do you think this market is going to go by till the end of the year?
I've got 6 hotels right now. 5 of them ain't making money, and ain't nobody going to buy them. I mean, it's right now, what we got to do is we're just going to have to wait for this damn storm to be over. The whole market's at a standstill. Nobody's staying in the hotels, so nobody wants to buy an asset that's not making money. And then we all got tremendous debt. I mean, it's a crazy situation that nobody's ever been in before, and hotels are getting hit the worst. I mean, retail's getting hit too, but hotels are really getting hit hard. But so are airlines, so are cruise ships. You know, it's just today's times, and we got to wait it out. You know, I mean, people will buy stuff maybe, but they're going to have deep pockets and a lot of, risk tolerance because we don't know when it's going to end. That's the problem. So, I'm sitting here dying to put a hotel in a contract, but, you're selling them, and I feel sorry for all my brokers trying to sell right now, but I own them. They're costing me money. Yeah, I'm negative hundreds of thousands of dollars a month for each hotel right now. So if anybody wants to buy something that's losing a couple $100,000 a month, come on down.
Yeah, but when it's
I'm not
over,
giving
there's
it away.
potential. That's the thing
Well,
with
yeah,
hotels.
well, that's
You're selling
that's
them
what
on last
investments are
year's
all about.
numbers. Basically, forget about 2020. That's what I'm telling everybody. Forget
No,
about 2020.
2020's done.
Forget about it. Throw
Dead.
it away. Don't ask me for books. Don't look at it. It's 2020.
Nothing there. There are
There's
no
nothing
books.
there. Throw it away. Okay, 2020's gone.
Negative.
I'll show you 19, 18, 17, 16.
January and February of
I'll give you a-
2020
Give you a
were great
T12
months.
from March, but forget about it.
Even your hotel grossed $1 million
Oh, my
bucks
God.
each month.
I swear, March
And
15th or
March
March 20th,
killed
it just
us. Wham.
stopped. The doors just closed.
We were on at his hotel. We were on the path to
Million.
probably gross $1 million bucks
over $1 million.
over $1 billion over $1 million
every
that
month.
month.
Every month.
All right, so basically to help you,
Forget about those
I don't know
books.
what to
Sell
tell you.
them on
You can-
last year's
you can
numbers.
Keep trying to sell, and maybe because a lot of people out there that are smart and risk takers, they might say, you know what, this is a good price, and I can stand another year of sweating it out and then get all that equity. So there's guys out there, big players that are making those moves right now. It's just that they don't want to bargain down. So good luck, and just keep trying to sell. It's all you can do until things get better.
But you're not getting the price that you were getting in 2019. That's for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that
a
is
fact.
for
It's
sure.
a fact.
That is for sure.
I
Thank you,
think,
Mr. Bannon.
you
Right
should also,
now.
you know what
Right
you should
now,
do?
today.
You might want to look at some, seriously, I'm not trying to be funny, but you might want to look at some alternative income possibilities right now for the next 6 months. I mean, if things ain't moving. If things ain't moving and you ain't making money,
I heard Amazon's hiring for $17 to $15 an hour.
Target just gave you 15 bucks
Swiping
an hour.
boxes, not even on the
or
road.
you can trade stocks.
Target. Well, they're not talking about for him, but I'm just
All right,
saying
well, have a
general.
nice day, sir,
Not for
and
you,
good luck
sir.
to you.
Thank you, Mr. Ben. Happy Father's Day.
All right, sorry I couldn't give you any good news.
Hey, but
I'd be
Target
lying if I did.
Target's 15 bucks now. The minimum
Yeah.
wage is $15.
When you can apply.
Tomorrow.
15 is hard to get.
15. That's a
Starting
great
out-
job for some
starting out
kid,
anywhere.
some high school kid coming out. That's great. I didn't know if it's true or not.
All right.
Where do you think?
What
all
else
the-
we got?
Where do you think all the college kids work? They all work in.
That's
When you two went
Warehouse,
to college,
Amazon
not only
warehouse.
did you not work, you didn't even go to school. So I don't want to talk about college. Next caller, please.
work.
The only thing they were working
I
was
didn't
the
work in
damn-
college. Yes, you're right.
Aaron's got-
Party,
people are
party.
asking questions for some money on here. People paying good
All
money.
right, come
for
on.
your-
What's up? What do you got
Oh,
for
they
me?
got questions?
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 Read
Aaron,
a
Aaron.
question. Read a question.
Says Ben from Jacob. Ben, don't make your podcast on Shabbat like last week.
Don't make your rubbers
the
on
whole
Shabbat. If everybody doesn't know what that means, you're not supposed to do anything on Saturday. You're supposed to sit here and do nothing. I can't do that. I'm sorry. You know why they came up with the whole Shabbat thing, okay? Take a day off and do nothing. Because thousands of years ago, they had nothing to do except hard shit, like hard to cook, hard to find food, hard to live. Now, you get to relax and enjoy your life on your day off. You want to do stuff you can't do when you're working. So, sorry, Shabbat Shalom. Next caller, next question.
Pavel Yushakov gave you $5 towards your wife's shoe collection.
That's not going to go very far.
$5.
It's not.
$5. I don't think you get the bottom of the heel metal little piece on it. All right, what else you got? Give me something sensible. Anybody out there got something sensible or funny to say at least? Any questions out there? Come on, somebody out there's got to have a question or a comment, something. Don't make me sit here and do all the goddamn work. I'm
right.
sitting here babysitting today, Father's Day. That means it's a day I got to babysit 3 grown men. You know, come on, give me a break. I should be having our fun right now, damn virus.
Patriots.
What do you got for me?
Patriot Brand says we offer the best beef jerky for less than the discount stores sell low quality for, shipped right to your door.
Why are we advertising for them? Is that a customer? Wait a minute.
No, that's
Who's
not
our beef
our
jerky? What's the name of our beef jerky store?
That's why you're not
What's the
talking.
name of the beef jerky?
Hello.
I can't do this no more.
Talk.
What's the name of the beef jerky store? You don't know the name of your tenant?
Beef jerky store.
That's the name of them?
Yes.
And they're located at John's Pass, and they got the best beef jerky in the world. Come on down, because I need to rent.
It's the outlet.
All right, what else we got? Come on, you got any questions, comments? Nobody wants to take valuable time to do anything intelligent and educational today? Rafal, what do you got?
$10.
All right, we got a caller. $10?
That wasn't a question, though.
Thank you very much.
his mic up.
What do you got?
Hello, this is Mason.
Shh, quiet on the set. Hey, Nathan, how are you? Got any hot dogs?
Ben, how are you, man? I cannot express in words how much of an honor and a privilege this is, and it's so awesome to see you with your family here on Father's Day. Thanks for taking the call, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you. You know, I should have named you Nathan. Then maybe I'd like you. You remind me of a hot dog.
By the way,
You were just lazy and you couldn't think of a name.
All right, so how are you today, sir? How can we help you?
I'm doing awesome. You know, without getting too much into the weeds here, I guess. Look, so I'm 25. I work in real estate investment banking, and I make a decent kind of living. It's sad, you know, I work on real estate deals all day, but I haven't done one on my own. And so I really, in the near term, I think I have this opportunity again, a multifamily. I have family and friends that are ready to trust me with an investment, but I'm really looking for a good deal to jump in and feel like there's an opportunity here. But I also want to know how to control the deal without going money hard day one, how LOIs fit into all this, and that's kind of the context.
All right. All you got to do is your job. What do you do for a living? Specifically, do you know how to underwrite a deal?
I do. That's what I do full time.
Then you're 20 times ahead of the rest of us. Okay? I always get a kick out of guys that already know how to do that for a living. If you can do it for somebody else, you can do it for yourself. Especially because it's going to be probably on a lot smaller level. It's going to be a lot easier, right?
You're absolutely right.
So all you need is the right broker and find the deals and underwrite them. And then go in there and lowball them. All right? It's not going to come magic wand. You got to lowball them. You got to play the game. You got to underwrite. Who knows? I'll sit there and underwrite 20 deals in a day if I could. I'd be happy to, but I can't because there ain't out there worth doing. But get an agent and get some deals on the table. What are you waiting for? How much money you got to spend?
Okay.
How much money you got to work with? How much money can you put together?
I can, on my own, 80 with my immediate family, probably about 250. And then
Okay, you got $250,000. You know the $250,000 is going to get you $1 million deal, baby. Right now, you can go out there and you can start underwriting $1 million deals. That's what you should be doing.
Okay. Do I
Get
have
a
to go money
broker.
hard to make an offer?
What?
Do I have to go money hard to make an offer? Do I
Oh,
have to go hard?
no, money hard. You know, you got to do your homework. I mean, you go hard when you feel comfortable that there's no reason whatsoever that I don't want to buy this property and go through with the deal. That's when you go hard. You got to be 100% sure in your brain that, yes, I checked all the boxes, I'm satisfied with the property, and I'm ready to put my money where my mouth is, because you ain't getting it back if you don't go through with the deal. All right? So money hard is after you're satisfied as an underwriter and inspecting everything, and you know you got your money lined up, and there's nothing going to stop you from closing that deal. That's when you go hard.
Okay.
At least with any kind of substantial money, you know. All right, $250. Gather that money together. Go out and look for. You need to be looking for $1.5 million deals and underwriting them, and maybe you get one for $1 million. Who the heck knows?
Okay. And will
All
they
right,
give me the
what-
due diligence info without going hard? Like they'll give me.
You have. Listen,
Yes, they have to,
all right,
yeah.
I'll let Ben explain the contract procedure. Explain to him.
I mean, basically, yeah. I mean, when you do an LOI, you write the LOI. You don't have to go hard. You come in, you get all your due diligence information. Basically, you write an LOI, and you're gonna
Whatever
say,
you don't get at first, you get in the contract.
right. You're gonna say, hey, I want this, and this. You look at all that, you get all your due diligence, and then you have a determination. 30 days usually is your DD period. You have 30 days to say I like the dealer or not, and then you go hard. But typically, you put up some type of money. You have to put
Yeah,
up
you
a
put up a deposit, but it's
So
refundable.
exactly, it's a refundable
For any
deposit.
reason.
Right. So you have to put up some type of money.
Don't sign
Now-
a contract unless your first deposit is refundable in that first time period of your due diligence for any reason whatsoever. You just change your friggin' mind and you want to walk. You have the right to do it.
You know, and then
Gotcha.
you also have to make sure that, you know, the type of money that you put down is going to reflect, at least I think, is going to reflect on your serious, you know, how serious you are about the deal. So if it's something that you know that you're going to buy, you've underwrote it already, and you want to beat everybody out, then maybe you come in hard with hard money day one because you've already
That better
done
be
it.
a hell of a deal.
You
You're
better
coming in
know.
hard one.
Right, exactly. But
I do it, but we got our shit together before we do it.
yeah, you might beat everybody else out.
Like Sunrise.
Like Sunrise?
You did that one hard day one.
Maybe. Anyway,
but it was
so-
subject. You could also go hard, and then have subject to certain other items like
We
phase
underwrote that
one
deal 6 months
environmentals, whatever you want. You know, certain inspections you might want to do. So you can go hard on some items. You might go hard on everything. A lot of times people do, except their financing. And
If I
unfortunately,
do a non-refundable down, can they still talk to other potential buyers?
No.
listen, they can talk to anybody they want till you're in contract. Unless you got a LOI is worthless. You know that.
I thought you meant a contract.
No, I
If
mean,
he's in contract, if you're
yeah,
in
if you're in
contract,
contract, they can't go into contract with anybody else.
they can entertain offers. They
You
can talk
can
to.
ask them not to talk to nobody, but they're still going to talk. Believe me.
Okay, you guys, this is awesome. Thanks
All right,
for
good
all
luck
that.
to you.
Have a good
Take
rest of
care.
the day. Happy Father's Day.
Same to
You too.
All right, we
Did
got
you turn that AC on higher or lower?
It feels good in
temperature?
here. Why?
All right, what else you got,
We
Rafal?
got a question.
A question,
A typo.
Typo?
Type in typo. If you weren't a big shot in real estate, what career field would you be in? From Joe Smith.
I would probably have to go into cars, buying and selling cars. That was I was exposed to that at a young age. You know,
You did sell a lot of cars when I was younger.
I hustled them because there was no money to make in real estate.
I remember that.
I used to buy them in
Mercedes.
San Francisco, drive them across one bridge, put them for sale for $5,000 more. It was always a big Mercedes, and I'd sell it to some doctor normally. And because people in San Francisco had nowhere to park, so it was cheaper to buy cars there. Drive them over one bridge to Oakland, bada bing, bada boom, $5,000. I fed my fat kid for a month.
I remember you used to pull
We had
up.
free rent. We had never paid rent, did we? I managed buildings, every
I
building.
mean, I
you
don't know.
lived
I don't remember you
in.
paying
don't
rent.
Yeah, but
I
I
don't-
was the
I-
manager of every building you ever lived in.
Yeah, but I was a kid. I don't remember you paying
I
rent. I didn't
remember,
remember writing bills. I didn't until I
All
was
right.
16. I don't remember anything
When we lived
about
on
money.
Hillside Street, who was the manager?
You were.
And we lived there.
Even
Yeah.
Lakeside.
When we moved to
Lakeside, right by
Crescent
the lake.
Street,
Right on
You
the
were
lake.
always the manager of every building.
Free
we were
rent,
But I
baby.
don't remember you ever. I don't remember.
I didn't pay rent.
I don't remember financials. You made it. And I'll tell you what you did. You made it that I didn't realize that we were poor. So I don't know if you were paying rent or not. But I don't remember if you
our
paid
idea
rent.
of going out was a $1 menu on Jack in the Box when you were 3
Yeah,
years
but
old.
we were fed.
No, when you were 3. No, when you
Nah,
Jackson,
What do you mean?
that
We
was
got.
me.
We
when you
got.
were young, I was poor.
Yeah,
I
well,
remember-
think it's
When
me.
you were young, I was kind of poor.
You were the manager of
Aaron,
apartment
you hit the friggin'
complex.
jackpot.
Wait, you worked for Evans when he was young, so you
I
still
was,
didn't have.
I was
that
a
much-
month behind my mortgage every
Yeah,
month.
you still didn't have
You
money.
were a
when
man.
he
I
was young.
remember what was the place in downtown Oakland or by the lake? Lake
Crescent
Merritt.
Street.
That was Crescent Street.
We got robbed from
we
that
got
place.
robbed the day
They
you were
stole
the
our
manager.
Nintendo.
Wait a minute. They
Adams. It was
on
Adams.
Christmas time.
Adams. It was
They
Adams
crawled in
Street.
our house and stole your PlayStation. That's the only robbery I
I'll
remember.
never forget.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll never
We
forget
forget
were
it
at
for that.
home. Some kid, a friend of yours,
Probably.
climbed in the kitchen window, took your friggin' Nintendo, and we got robbed. We didn't get robbed. Your ass got set up.
I was like
took our
6 years
bomber-
old. He
took
was
our
like
bomber
13. He got
They
robbed.
took my Bomberman.
All right, what else you got, Rafael? You got a
All
call
right,
online?
yes.
I don't want to go down memory lane with these
All right.
Billy Goats.
It's
Why? It's Father's Day. That's the whole point of
All right, I
Father's
spent
Day.
an hour with you brats. Get the hell out of here.
All right, for $10 from Connor Nagel.
All right, what's he want? $10. All right, you ain't getting that either.
You got like a lot of money in here.
All right,
Yeah.
people, because some people appreciate talking to me, unlike some people I know.
I'm going to donate
$10
right now.
What's his question?
Whatever happened to the Ferrari? You ever sell it?
right, the
Also, I
Ferrari-
sent a question with my number on your website. Hope to hear from you soon.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm just going to tell you, the Ferrari is sitting at Tampa Bay Ferrari right now because there was some sort of, I felt was a defect in some of the buttons and rubber in the Ferrari, and it was starting to get a little sticky. So I brought the car there, and they are changing out all the buttons and the column around the steering wheel and make it all like new. After talking to the Ferrari department in New Jersey, they've been very cooperative, and the car is already, it ain't no spring chicken, but they're helping me out, and they're nice, so I'm having some stuff fixed on it, and don't pay to sell it because we ain't got no money. All right, next.
Next
I
question.
will sell that sucker. She just won't know it.
I
keep
just
telling
gave
her.
you-
I wonder how long I can tell the car's in the shop.
How much would you
It's
really
still in
take
the
for it?
shop.
How much would you take for it today?
Today? I don't know.
Like seriously, come on.
Depends on her. You know what she
How much would
wants
she
to
take
replace.
for it?
It depends on how much it's going to cost me to replace the goddamn
You're gonna have to
thing.
get her a 2020.
That's what it matters.
2020 California.
Anyway, next. What
Rough
else we
number?
Oh,
got?
I just gave you a Father's Day gift, by the way. $1.99
What else? What do you got? Anything?
on here.
Yeah.
What do
What do
they
you
say?
think about subject to acquisitions and owner finance to exit single family homes?
Say the question again, please.
What do you think about doing subject to
To.
acquisitions?
Subject to
Meaning you're taking over somebody's financing and you buy it subject to the financing existing.
And owner finance to exit
An owner finance to exit. I don't
on
understand.
single family
You're
homes.
buying a subject to, that means his finance is already in place.
it.
Then you want to sell it with you giving financing and them taking over the mortgage? I don't know. You better
It's
call
two
them.
different questions. It's two different questions.
Well, subject
what do you
to
think
is
about
okay.
subject to acquisitions?
Subject to is okay. I did plenty of them. But you better make sure you get clear title and there's no problems with the bank. There's no payments are behind. There's no issues with that financial lender. And be prepared. Many times, or most times, it says that that person cannot assign that loan to someone. So you're going into a little area. Typically, the bank's not going to care as long as you're paying them. But you better check that mortgage that that person got. You better read that note and understand every damn condition there is and know what your risk is.
And then what do you feel about owner financing?
Normally, when I took something subject to, is I just took it very quick. I said, "Fine, I'll take your property. Here's the, give me the loan,
And then
I'll
pay it
take
off.
the loan, and then here's your money, and then I'll go out and refinance it, pay everybody off, and with a better loan." But I did it because I was able to quickly get my hands on that property. All right, what else you got?
What do you think about owner financing?
Me, I don't like to loan people money.
No, but if you find a deal,
If
we got to
you
call
find the
it.
owners, well, who do you care? Borrow the money from anybody you want as long as you're getting a good rate.
There you go.
All right, what else you got? We got a call?
Callers.
Caller.
Hello.
You need money in that slot
Hey, Ben.
machine, Aaron. Hey, how are you today? It's Ben, his sons, it's Father's Day. How can we help you?
Hey, I appreciate the call. I was just watching you with my wife, so I got a couple questions for you. I'm in Northern Virginia, and it's crazy out here. You can't buy any investment properties, nothing cash flows, right? If you buy conventional. So I'm looking out in Winchester about 45 minutes, running into investors where they come in cash offer, no inspection. And though I have a cash backer, you know, I'm losing out on that. So how do I compete with that first and foremost?
You know, I can't believe, I mean, if they didn't do an inspection, what they've done is they've increased their risk factor. You know, she's already given me signals. You know, it's Father's Day. I thought I could do what I want today. I mean, well, I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to be nice today. Sorry about that. Anyway, what were you saying now? Oh, yeah, but if they're not doing inspections, then they got a high risk tolerance, and they're doing some sort of inspection. They're at least looking at the outside. They're doing some kind of homework beforehand where they feel comfortable enough to do it, you know? So maybe you got to do what they're doing, you know? But if you don't have the risk tolerance for it, you got to have an inspection. That's life. You just got to keep looking at the deal where that guy's not there beating you out of it.
Who told you that? Because I
know plenty of people go out.
you?
I'll buy that. They drive around the damn thing. They walk around
Yeah.
it. They give me clear title. I don't give a damn. I know there's enough profit in that for me to buy it. Done.
and if the damn thing is fine,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I don't know. You look at a little history if you can find online
Mm-hmm.
about it. When was the last time it sold? I don't know. You can pretty much tell what's going on and assess the worst situation that you could be walking into.
I'd say
Most
less than
important thing is
5%,
liens.
less than 3%.
As long as they got clear title,
That's
a lot of
happening.
guys don't care. We looked at plenty of property, plenty of apartment buildings. If somebody said, "Hey, I'll sell you this building for X amount of dollars," and it was cheap enough, and we couldn't
10.
inspect it, we'd buy it.
Yeah, 10. You're talking
All right.
cheap. Yeah.
Have a good day,
And
but
hey,
you know.
Ben, one more
Go ahead.
question, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So I married, my wife's listening. I actually married my best buddy's cousin. Long story. Anyway, he is in big franchise business, got a lot of money, properties. And I'm thinking, you know, I like buying cash flowing properties. So instead of me going and buying a house, you know, having a baby and buying a house in Northern Virginia that doesn't cash flow, you know, that story, why don't I put my money with him and go for a bigger unit, a bigger play, like a 32 unit or something like that? Now that's going to, you know, I got to save my $200,000 or whatever to get in bigger with that deal. That's going to prevent me from buying a house and, you know, doing the baby thing. kind of the rent where you live mantra. So what do you think about that play?
You know, if you feel comfortable letting somebody else control your money and invest it, you know, I would be okay with it if you have some sort of involvement and understand what's going
This is
on.
my brother-in-law.
Well, are the books open to you? Listen, I don't care if it was your mother. You want
Or
to
your
see,
son,
you
or
want
your
access
father.
to the books, baby. I don't care who it is. Your son, yeah, I'm gonna look at your
son,
books this week.
Come audit them, please.
You know, I mean, you know, as long as you can trust a person and have input, then investing with other people is okay. But it's when you don't have any control and you're not making no decisions, you have no input, and you can't see the money, and then you get worried. So, you know, as long as you're
You gotta make it
involved
legal.
and you feel trust and you trust that person, and it's what that new word you hear.
Transparency.
Transparency is the new word. Everything's
It's not a
gotta
new
be
word. It's
transparent
been like that.
Scotch tape.
Transparency is the word.
I think it's Scotch tape.
But,
you
you know,
see through
also-
it, kind of. It's a little cloudy.
Also,
All right.
you know, he wanted to know, does he put the family life on hold? I mean, that's up to
What?
you. That's
Well,
a personal decision.
what do you mean?
He said, do I not do the house and have the kid and do all that? And he takes that money
Well,
and
I got to put my first $200,000 into that deal if I want to
Right,
buy a
you-
32-unit
you gotta
property.
What
worry
is
about-
your return going to be? That's what it's a matter of. What's your return
So
going to
basically,
be?
if I trust my brother-in-law, and I do, I've known this kid. He trusts me with marrying his
Have you
sister,
seen his track
and that's
record?
a long story short.
You seen his track record?
If we did, oh well, they own 40 Papa John's pizzas. They own like 40 properties. They're long track record. I have an intimate relationship with their family, so trust is there. So you're saying if the business deal and the cap rate makes sense, they make a play. If it doesn't, if it's fishy, then walk away. That's what you're saying.
Listen, the return's got to make sense, and there's got to be some upside too, equity side down the back end. I would hope if they sell it or something. I mean, listen, if you feel comfortable putting your money with a group of people, especially if it's family, well, that's how families grow. Everybody contributes, everybody's involved, and that's why they grow and they move on to the other generations. But, you know, I mean, it's always good if you can. I'm just saying, do your homework even on your family. And make sure you're getting a good return, you know? Right now, these are weird times. Everybody's losing their shirt. I'm afraid to invest in anything or anybody right now. I'm afraid to invest in the government. I'm afraid to buy community bonds right now.
the government's buying all that stuff.
So be careful, but good luck to you.
The government's out.
You guys too. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Is it not true that the government's out there buying bonds? They're buying stocks now. The government's buying everything now.
The world makes no sense in my,
Government's buying everything.
my knowledge.
So, oh,
All right.
Porpoise? What is a pauper?
Hello.
Hey, it's Ben. How are you today? How can we help you?
Hey, Ben. My name's Bob, and thank you for calling. And what I did is I have 21 apartment units, but we were selling our house. And there was a kind of a bidding war going on, and we signed a half-ass purchase agreement, but the purchase agreement wasn't totally filled in, and I thought the buyer dropped away. And then at that point, another purchaser came in, and he was a broker, and we signed with him a proper purchase agreement. And now this other fellow is very upset with me and threatening to sue.
Okay.
But-
Did you have a listing agreement with the first guy?
The first guy, the wife printed something off the internet, and it wasn't filled out complete.
Wait. I'm
And
not talking.
he
I'm
was
talking
telling
about a
the
listing
finance-
agreement. Did you hire him to be your representative to sell a house, or he just brought you an offer?
No, I put an ad on Craigslist.
All right. So this guy brings you an offer. You sign a contract. Okay.
Right.
What was in that contract or not in their contract that makes you feel like you fell out of contract? Did you ever get a deposit? Did you ever get any money in your hand?
We got a $500 deposit, but there was no dates put on the contract, and then the purchase agreement was missed, the amount, dollar amount. I mean, it was really incomplete. And the guy took off, and he said he was going to get financing, and then he said his financing fell apart.
But you signed it, didn't you?
My wife signed my name on it, but I was in the room.
How long ago? How much time did you give the guy to come through? There had to be some kind of dates on there that he had to buy the house by such period or close it by a certain date? Was there dates on this contract? Was anything filled out?
That's the whole thing. The dates were left off. And
Well, then it's
the
not a
guy was-
contract. It's not a complete contract. You can't have an open contract. I don't know. If he's threatening to sue you, do you know an attorney that's not going to charge you a fortune to just run it in front of?
Right, yeah. My brother is an attorney.
Well, then
so
tell your
I was
brother,
gonna run it
listen,
past
tell your
him.
brother the story and say, listen, this guy didn't have any dates and he waited too long and it's not even a contract, and that's it. You couldn't get the financing. We gave you a shot and you missed it. Sorry, move on. But run it by your brother and tell your brother to call him and write him a letter. Tell your brother to write him a letter. That's the best thing to do. Okay?
Okay, Ben, thank
luck.
you, and have
Thank
a
you.
good Father's Day
Same to
there.
you.
I appreciate everything you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Take his advice. Have a good Father's Day.
You take his advice or you take my advice.
Give you a good Father's
Go
Day.
ask your brother. Ask your brother. You got a brother that's a lawyer. He's calling me. I'm flattered. Maybe you don't like his brother. I don't know. Let's not go there. All right, Rafal, what do you got? Why did she schedule an early dinner at 3 and then you schedule a podcast, which is late? See, I had everything scheduled. 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, done. Now I got to deal with her. Oh, you told the food to be here. The food's getting cold. And see the trouble you get me in, Rafal, and your untardiness? All right, mailbox. How long have you been on anyway?
An hour, about an hour. A little bit less than an hour.
Hey, it's Father's Day, and I have to go and be father today. But good luck to everybody. Take care. Adios. Send in comments, and I'll start making the 3 Billy Goats answer them, or at least help answer them. And emails and do whatever I want you to do.
Go on
dislike,
Twitter,
go on Twitter,
do whatever
go
you
on
do.
Instagram. Do what you want, but be safe and mask up. Adios, amigos.